Good Monday morning. Big shadow there, it's just a shadow. Hope you had a great Mother's Day if you're a mother, and I hope you celebrated your mother if you have one for you to celebrate around. It's a marvelously abundant day. We enjoyed nature's abundance by going and getting leeks yesterday. Ramps. They're amazing. As a spring food, you can't hardly get better. Between dandelions and then now leeks coming out, so vitalizing for your body. We've been looking at all of the possibilities because we're in the food business as farmers, and becoming more and more aware of how important it is to know where you get your food from and what abundance is in nature for you and what abundance there is in local food. It's great. So I hope you explore some of that possibilities, because increasingly, this is just my plug, the system's pretty vulnerable. So it's good to grow your own or know somebody who can grow it for you. Very important. We're becoming more and more aware. It's one of the perks of 2020 is that people are becoming very aware of how they live and why they do things. And that's awesome. It's one of the marvelous things that 2020 did for us. In 2021, increasingly too, I think it's going to get more and more like that as we go. People are going to have to be very aware and make choices. Once you become aware that you have choices. And we're becoming more and more aware that we need to have habits and practices that support who we need to be, what we need to do, who we're becoming. There's a whole process to becoming who you're meant to be. Your habits are part of that. I may post the link. I'm going to be doing a blog about my journey in the past week, because it was very much a journey of assessing what's my bottom line and how am I going to live in relation to that bottom line, even if it means that I have to make choices about my values and beliefs and my relationships and all of these things that are really important in order to become who I know that I'm meant to be and who I really, really want to be. When you become aware that there's an option for something bigger and better than yourself and where you are right now, as soon as you become aware, you have to start making decisions. It's the next step. Awareness is the first step of the decision or the growth process, and then you make a decision. A decision, by definition, means that you have choices. You can choose to stay exactly where you're at. Absolutely an option. Or you can choose to do small things to get bigger. You can choose to do bigger things to grow more. As soon as you make the choice for growth, for becoming more of who God's meant you to be, becoming more of who He meant you to be in this world, because honestly, I'm going to tell you, that's the bottom line, is always becoming who you're meant to be. And part of how you do that is what you're meant to do, but it's who you're meant to be in this world. And that's all a growth process, always, always. But you start to change. The more that you make small changes and you do them over and over and over, you adapt to them. And you become that next thing. Becoming that next thing is the growth. Your life transforms. You're doing new things. You're being with new people. You're living into what you're meant to do here. And then you become aware there's a next thing. There's always more room. There's always new things to do that are going to grow you and change you and develop you further into who you're meant to be all that you can be, right? Wasn't that the Army's slogan for a while? Well, life's all about that, becoming who you were meant to be. My habits supported that growth. It's not easy. Growing pains don't change when your physical body is done growing. If you're getting older, you know that growing pains come back because your body is continuing to change. Growing your emotional body, your spiritual self, all of these things come with growing pains. My physical habits support that. When I eat the way that I should eat, I have space in my body because I'm not cramming it full of food and feeling heavy and weighed down and dull. When I eat in ways that give me space in my body, there's a lightness of being that goes with that. Space is the element of hearing. I can hear more. My spirit ears are sharper and more attuned. That's why way back in the day they would practice fasting, because it gives you a lightness of being, a clarity, and you can hear because space is the element of hearing, both in your physical ears and in your mental, emotional, and spiritual ears. And that's just one of the ways that my habits have supported this growth process in the last while, all through 2020. I've also been experimenting with cold. My cold showers are amazing. Start off hot and then just turn it to cold. Yesterday, the boys wanted to go swimming. I went swimming. I stayed in longer than anybody. And if you know me at all, you'll know cold has been absolutely painful. I swim when it's 90 degrees and 90% humidity. And that's it. I went in Lake Cadillac yesterday, and it felt so good. And I noticed, this was really interesting, my skin was cold. I could feel it where it touched my clothes, but I was warm. I didn't feel that chilled to the bone, painful feeling. It's really phenomenal. But that cold brings clarity. You're in the water and you are breathing hard because that's how you get through that cold. And all of that breath is life. If you're still breathing, you have survived. The thing that you thought was going to kill you if you did it, didn't kill you. Cold water, painful. I'm going to die if I get in that cold water. You know, you're not. I was still breathing. And I used that breath to get through that experience that my brain said was going to kill me. Habits make all the difference, and they help you not just your body, but your mind and your spirit and your emotions. So, take some time to think about it this week. What are you becoming aware of? What do you need to work on this summer? The sun is so bright and awesome. Love the sun. Grateful for the rain, but loving the sun. What is coming to your awareness? What changes, what possibilities are out there? What opportunities are coming up? If you would like a matrix to help you weigh through these opportunities, I have one, and I'm happy to share it with you. But grab those opportunities. Grow, change, become more. This is a super growth time right now. 2020, 2021, probably for some time to come. There's a lot of challenges on the horizon, a lot of opportunities to grow and change. Grab them, become more, lean into the abundance of life that's out there for you. If you have questions about this, how you do it, how your habits can help support you as you grow, or how you can have the habits, because sometimes just becoming aware that you need more, you become aware of the people that can teach it to you. Become aware of the need to get a book, watch videos, learn, try little small things on your path, and experiment. Grab them, do it. Reach out to me if I can help you. Give you resources or information, or just have a conversation about where you're going and where you want to go. great and abundant week.